Welcome to Your Legacy Stories podcast. Your host, Nathalie McQueen, helps people from all walks of life to create, live, and preserve their legacy for future generations to enjoy. Nathalie became a legacy designer after a near-death experience that made her completely reevaluate the legacy she was leaving in this world. She is also a book publisher who has guided over 500 authors to become international bestsellers. Nathalie's mission is to help you craft the legacy you deserve, encourage you to live it to the fullest, and then preserve it for future generations to enjoy. On this show, her guests share moments of purpose, gratitude, wisdom and tradition, and of course, their legacy stories.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Your Legacy Stories podcast. Today, we have an author spotlight with Nathalie Botros, and we've got two Nathalies in the house. Welcome, Nathalie. So today, we are announcing your book is ready for pre-sale. People can get their hands on it and be the very first to get a copy. So
yes.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Finally, my baby is born.
That's right. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Nathalie, and I'm also known as the Bon-Vivant Girl, or my preferred name is the Happiness Activator. And I have a very big, rich background, Lebanese, Turkish, Swiss, and I live in New York right now for the last 25 years. So I use all my backgrounds and my cultures to have a different perspective in finding happiness. And it's how I help people to find that smile when they wake up every day. And I wrote this book to share my message.
So what inspired you to write The Happiness Cocktail?
I am a psychotherapist, but I practice as a happiness and mindset coach. And with my clients, I notice that they always base their happiness to those external factors. And even though I try to explain that you have to find it within, they're tempted. I mean, we're all tempted. I've been there.
Absolutely.
And this book is kind of a cocktail. I call it cocktails, so it's glamorous. It's a cocktail with 5 main ingredients that they can incorporate easily to every day of their life. It's full of tips, and there are some exercises too to reclaim that happiness from those external factors and to find it with it.
Well, it's so true, because sometimes instead of looking at what's within and making our ideal, mindset, we have obstacles that come in and we let that just, run our day. So how do you suggest that readers overcome common obstacles such as our negative thoughts or external challenges that come in? When they want their journey to be happiness, how can they overcome those obstacles?
It's going to happen. It's going to happen every day. It's like, don't think that all my day it's like happy and smiles. But I created this little trick that I call the happiness bank. So every time that something is good or happy or make me smile happen, I deposit in that bank. Imagine like a little bank in your brain. And every time that there is something great, I just like add them in this bank. So don't be shy, because that bank is huge. So you're not going to be out of storage, and no one is going to ask you to pay more for it. And every time that I hit a rough patch during my day, instead of letting it overwhelm me and changing the course of my day, I use that bank to retrieve one of the happy memories that I have, to make me smile, to change the energy that I have. Because we all know that if something bad happens, worse and worse, and everything goes wrong, one after the
Spiral.
other. So exactly. So we have to stop that spiral, as you called very well, and shift that mindset. So this is one of the tricks that I talk in the book as well. But you have like several tricks that you can use. But this is my favorite one because it's my happiness bank.
I love that. I listen to different people that talk about changing your energy. And you're exactly right. They say 17 seconds of just refocusing on petting your dog or your cat or thinking those happy thoughts can change your energy totally. So I love that.
Definitely. You know, in a room, we can have two strong emotions at the same time. So think that you're in a room and you have the positivity and the negativity. But the strongest feeling will empower the other one. So if in the room, if it's in a dark room, the negativity is there. If you switch on the light, the positivity will shine. It will be so bright that the negativity won't appear there. So with our mind, we have to do that. We have to find ways to empower the positive in our life, the good things in our life. And this, I'm sure you're the one of the best ones to know that, like with gratitude, instead of like complaining, saying thank you for what I have. You know, it's very important to focus on the right things.
Absolutely. Do you have any examples of a success story or a personal antidote that really gives us an example of this transformative power of your strategies in the book?
Well, one of my ingredients in the book, it's invest, and it's not about investing money in a good market. It's investing in things that will nourish our well-being. And this can be invest in taking care of yourself, invest in um, self-care, invest in your health, but also invest in those opportunities that knock on your door. And my personal story that I love about it is when I invested on the first date with my boyfriend. You know, I had a like very specific list. I was like, I cannot date anyone who's not European because like I need someone from my background who has to be a foodie, this and that. You know, I had like this long list that we all ladies do, let's be honest. And when the dates happened, I was like, I don't think so. This is not gonna work. We met, well, if we just celebrated our 4 years ago, we never left each other. And
Oh.
everything that I thought that was going to bring me happiness, that all the other people that I dated, because I've been single most of my life, didn't bring me happiness. So I invested in that opportunity to meet someone and to give a chance. But
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, if it hadn't worked, I would have lost like a drink or a dinner, and then what? You know, like sometime. But the payment, like the investment, paid a lot for me, and for him, he was not a foodie, and he lied to me. So I kept
So now
taking
he
him
is.
to those, exotic restaurants, and
Mhm.
he suffered. And I told him, well, this is your punishment. You lied to me. This is like God punishing you. He said, no, actually, I was investing in our relationship. So even that little thing was a good investment for me because it paid a lot.
Right. Now, has he changed his mind about those foods and stuff, or is he
So
still?
we made a deal. At home, it's still wings, pizza, steak, and
Yeah.
his ice creams. I mean, like I have a feeling to live with a 5-year-old. But when we go out or we travel, he tries new things. But at
Yeah.
home, he refuses. We
Oh,
found a
that's
balance, which is
awesome.
like very important in our life too, to find that sweet balance. So
Yep.
everybody's
And
happy.
compromise, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you're recognized all over globally as the top happiness coach, and you've received numerous accolades. What do these honors mean to you personally, and how do they motivate your work?
I feel seen. I feel that my message is getting across, and my message is to empower you to take control of your happiness and to reclaim it from those external factors. The fact that I'm being recognized shows me that people are listening and I have more chances to spread my message and continue my mission. So it's very important for me. And it's I love it.
Absolutely. Well, I can't wait to get my hands on this book. Of course, I've had a sneak peek, but what would you say is the best way for readers and listeners right now to connect with you and to Of course, we'll put all the links where they can purchase the pre-sale under the video here, but tell us where to connect with you.
They can go to my website, and either they type NathalieBotros.com or the Bon-Vivant Girl.com. They will land to my website, and you cannot miss me. I'm everywhere. And from there, like, send me messages. I love when my listeners, when people reach out to me, I will reply. I'm not like one of those people who ignore those messages. So go for it. Reach out to me. And on my website, you have the link to pre-order the book, or you can just type thehappinesscocktail.com and you will get to the page where you can order your book, pre-order it.
Awesome.
But it's here.
We're
So
super excited.
get ready.
So I always end with a legacy question or two. So what would you say is one of your top things? Because I know you love to travel. You're a foodie. You love experiences. Tell us something on your legacy list that you have not done yet.
Traveling, I think one of them is traveling is, if it was traveling, it's to go to Japan. But otherwise, life-wise, I think it's to reach more people. That's like I want this to be my legacy. I want to be known with that Nathalie spoke and people listened, really listened. So
yeah. And
let's make it
fun.
happen.
It's always
Exactly.
so nice to work with you, we get on and it feels just stress-free and fun. You bring
Yes.
the happiness.
I'm activating it.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. And we will be putting all the links below so people can follow you, buy the book. Guys, go take advantage of getting your first copies now. And there's a place where you can get a signed author copy. So if you want Nathalie to sign your book, get on that list, because she's going to be a busy woman traveling around telling everyone about happiness. So
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Nathalie.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Your Legacy Story Podcast. If you would like to share your legacy story with Nathalie or get your legacy book started, please reach out at giftsoflegacy@gmail.com. Be sure to add My Legacy Stories in the subject line. We would love to help you share your legacy message out to the world. Nathalie would like to invite you to join our private Facebook group, Create Your Legacy Life. She shares tips on book publishing, ways to create and leave your legacy, and she interviews the most amazing legacy creators, sharing their moments of purpose, gratitude, wisdom, and tradition, and of course, their legacy stories. See you next week.